Hi everyone, my name's Hesha and I am hoping that now you all must be familiar with who I am. In today's live, I have on popular demand our beauty pageant fashion styling expert, and that's none other than Bharat Gupta. So last time when we did the live with Bharat, you guys were so engaging with him. You all had so many questions for him. And, we got a very overwhelming response, and Bharat was extremely happy in addressing all of your questions, especially to each one of you who wanted to be a part of the pageant world. So I'm just very quickly gonna add Bharat to this live. Also, guys, kindly excuse my slightly nasal voice today because I have a little bit of cold and fever, so I also have my drink here with me. That's going to keep me hydrated. You too can grab a beverage and sit back and enjoy this live with Bharat and myself. I've added Bharat, and he should be joining us shortly. In the meanwhile, what's happening with you all? Oh, and Bharat is here. Hi, my
What's
twin.
up? Even with the cold and the slight fever, you still look as stunning as always.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, coming from you, I'm very happy.
Also, I'm sure this live gives us an incentive to sort of, at least make an effort to do something at home and look good. Otherwise,
Yeah.
yeah, I've been seeing all these memes with people like, in a formal shirt and their boxers and all. So fashion has got a whole new definition because of isolation.
Uh, I know, I mean, you could judge me because your fashion sense is fab and you're always well dressed, as we all know. Even right now, although I'm like looking good here, I have like minion pajamas down right here.
Even I have shorts. That's why the camera finishes here.
Is right here. Amazing, amazing. So, Bharat, firstly, thank you so much for doing this again. I mean, the last time I was just telling them that when you came on and you did this live, we got a plethora of questions. We had so many people engaging with you, and you were
Right.
absolutely awesome in answering those. So, how did that fare for you, though? Let's start with that.
It was really good, honestly, Hisha. What happened was that, it's a beauty pageant, whether it's
Yeah.
Miss Diva, Miss India, or the international pageants they go for. And, the premise is that your first impression is a lasting impression. It may not be the last impression, but it is a very strong lasting impression. So,
True.
I think people who follow pageantry do realize and understand that it's very important on how you look. And other than just your physicality of your facial beauty or your hair, clothes also sort of up your style quotient. So it was very
True.
interesting to see that so many people had such a keen interest in knowing, pageant aspirants and people from general walks of life,
Yeah.
what to wear, what is the right thing to do for themselves. And in fact, I got a lot of DMs also after that. So I think it's sort of spiraled into something much more productive because, now I, have the intention and the time of, sort of helping people
Yeah.
figure their personal wardrobes out as well.
True, that's so true. So, Bharat, I'm going to kickstart by asking you this that, we all know that most of the pageant looks, I think
Right,
9 out of 10 times you'd agree with me, they're all so identical. I mean, the girls have a very similar defined look that they have to follow, right?
right,
And especially
right.
for somebody like you who's been a stylist with us, it's very difficult to sort of style them and make them stand out and look different, right? I want to know
Right.
what is it that goes at your end to sort of execute that and make them look distinguished from one another, get look the same?
See, I'll tell you what, Isha, when it comes to pageantry, obviously there are very, very stringent guidelines, whether it's
True.
the national pageant or it's a specific international pageant. And each international pageant is very distinctly different from each other. Their requirement of beauty, their requirement of personality, all is very different. So, we sort of curate the wardrobe in that space. That is the first one. The second is that I think what is very important is that, you've seen these girls, you've been a part of their journey at Diva as well. And you've
Yeah.
seen how, they come extremely raw. They have the passion, they have the interest, they have the inclination, but they don't have understanding as such. So, for me, it's like, it's like being a painter and buying a fresh canvas. And, then you
True.
can literally sketch or draw anything you want on it. So it's very important to understand the ethics. These girls come from certain backgrounds. They come from certain states, especially at Miss India. They come from 30 different states. So, they come with a different family background and a culture altogether. So to sort of, hold that and curate from there onwards. Then, most important is to bring in their personality because all of them are very different. If you see the Diva
Yeah.
girls right now, which is Adeline and Avriti, are very different from each other. Both
Yeah.
beautiful, both extremely smart personalities, but they're very different. Like and that's what I think makes Indian girls stand out so much at pageants internationally because every time they get a new package, it's never
Yeah.
the same sort of a face going. And then because in India you have so many varied personalities, that gives us the leverage as stylists or the fashion team to sort of, distinctly curate their wardrobe. So, certain girls have like a very formal vibe, like like a Shifali. She has a very formal. She likes pantsuits. She likes shirts and high-waisted pants. So that's one side. Like Vartika is like a flawless beauty. So no matter what you, because she's modeled so much, she's so comfortable in front of the camera. So with her, it's that. Manushi and Minakshi both have beautiful hourglass figures. So
Yeah.
no matter what you put on them, it looks great. So it's just finding the right sort of wardrobe and experimenting. For us also, the first couple of months is a learning process. You try different looks on these girls, and then they evolve from there. Then you realize what are they comfortable in, what are they conscious in, what suits their body type, what doesn't suit their body type. Through the journey, they also sort of get a mind of their own and develop their own aesthetic. So
True.
they start also, sending us certain options of things that may look good on them. So, sweetly they'll send screenshots and stuff. That's when, for me, it's literally like, my child is growing up. And,
Yeah.
like they start sending these options and you feel so proud that, like they are understanding fashion, they're understanding their style.
That's so true. Bharat, Trisha has asked a very interesting question. She's saying girls are given a list of things to bring for the pageant. What does
Right.
this list consist of?
Okay, so the thing is that number one, that you will obviously have to be selected to know the full list. But
Yeah.
if you want to obviously start prepping from now, I think ideally the first thing to do is see the Instagram handles of Miss India and Miss Diva organization, and also try and see the girls who have been a part of the pageant. You have 30 girls over the last what just take the last 3 years also. You have 90 girls at Miss India, you have 60 girls at Miss Diva, you have 150, 140, 150 Insta handles to sort of gauge what
So
the
true.
girls generally wear. So, like it's that much of an effort. If you want to win the pageant, you have to put in that much extra. I will tell you the standard. I will tell you that, day semi-formal work, evening semi-formal, certain extremely formal looks, which are for your personal interviews and jury rounds. Then you'll need some athleisure or sportswear. You'll need some gym wear. You'll need bodycon dresses. You'll need a couple of gowns. As blessed as the finalists are, Miss India organization obviously always gets top of the line designers to sort of dress them up for the sub contest finales and the main finale and their photo shoot. So these are key aspects where you don't need to worry as contestants. This is where you actually end up saving a lot because you get to wear from Gaurav Gupta to Shantanu Nikhil to Manish Malhotra. Like in the last 3-4 years, these are the designers who've done the Gavin Miguel. These are the designers who've
Yeah.
done the finale. So when you have this, then half your battle is won because the organization brings that to you.
Yeah.
In general, what works for you are basically outfits that aesthetically make you look beautiful. And there's something for each event. So, you'll have sponsor visits, you'll have interviews, you'll have store visits, you will have interactions with each other, you will go to outdoor locations, you will shoot certain places. So basically something that fits in the morning and evening, but it needs to make you look glamorous. That's the bottom line. You need to, it's not called a pageant or an intellectual pageant, or what it's called, a beauty pageant. So you what makes you win is what you bring beyond the beauty,
Yeah.
but the premise is beauty. So you need to sort of up the game, and you'll have detractors, you'll have fans. But if you love what you do, like Hesha, you'll remember at the Miss Diva finale, that's what even Lara had said, that
Yeah.
a lot of people say that pageants don't do anything for the women. But
Sure.
well, look at Priyanka Chopra, look at Lara Datta, look at Sushmita Sen, look at
Yeah.
Aishwarya Rai, look at Manushi now. So Suman, all these girls, it gives them a platform sitting. us sitting in metropolitan cities having the privilege, we don't realize that girls who have the dreams
Yeah,
in faraway corners of the country, there is no platform like the Miss India platform to sort of,
true.
steadfast your career.
That's so true. Okay, so Bharat, you've got love from Priyanka Kumari and Audrey and Natasha Grover here, right here,
Hi,
also
hi.
tuned into the live. Coming to another question that I always wanted to ask you, and I think this is just the perfect time for me to do that, which is
Right,
that, Bharat, you've styled both national pageants as well as international pageants, right? And how
right.
are these two different from each other, especially when it comes to the styling aspect of it? Like, what are the factors that you sort of maneuver over when you're styling, let's say, a national pageant and then international pageant?
Right. Key difference is that when you win, you are Adlin or Suman. When you go for an international pageant, you're India. So this is where the basis of, can you hear me? Or is there a
I think there's a lag.
lag? You can hear me.
I can hear you, but your screen's kind of frozen. Um, let's just give it a second. Guys, do you all feel the lag? Is Bharat audible right now? Can you see him? Okay, I think Bharat is going to join in the live again. Let me just send him a request one more time. Yeah. Yes, I think you're right. He's just going to be sending me a request one more time so then we can hear him as well. In the meanwhile, keep your questions flowing. And yes, Bharat's here. I'm just going to add him back to this live. Okay, sent him the request. He should be audible soon. Thank you, guys. You're very cooperative. I love it when you all are proactive and you all help us conduct these lives effortlessly. Yay, Bharat.
Hi,
Yes, so I
hi.
think people were saying that
Uh,
they couldn't hear you, but now we can hear you and see you both properly.
Super. So you'd asked me what is the difference between the
Yeah,
national and international
yeah,
pageant. So I think I don't know where you heard me till. So the basic difference is that at a national pageant, you're known as your name. You're Suman. You're Manushi. You
yeah.
are Lara. When you go for an international pageant, you're India. So that's where the aesthetic sort of completely changes. At a national pageant, you are representing yourself. So when we style them, we bring them out. We bring their personality out. We help them showcase themselves in the best capacity. Therefore, a lot of wardrobing is done like that girl had asked that, what do we need to carry? So, we sort of stylize things that they bring. When you do an international pageant, then, we incorporate saris, we incorporate a lot of Indian wear, like I think that's a very distinct and a unique thing that, for personal interviews, all international candidates wear like a pantsuit or like a formal dress, whereas
Hmm.
our girls wear a sari. So, because sari for us is
Bringing
formal
that
wear.
touch. Yeah,
Touch, yeah. So, even in terms of embroidery, even when they wear a lot of Western stuff, we incorporate Indian motifs or Indian embroidery. We use maybe sustainable fabrics that are developed and inbred from India. We use a lot of designers who do gowns as well, but do it very differently. So it's a mix of, it's obviously much more vast when you do an international pageant, especially at a Miss
I'm
World. They
sure.
go for 30 days. So the girls go with about 8 to 10 suitcases plus a national costume. So the
Wow.
curation is very different and it's a very, very, very tedious process, but all worth it. When you see that girl sending pictures in different outfits and
The
fans
feeling.
commenting. So yeah, yeah, it's like you're literally wearing them.
So cool. Okay, Bharat, I'm going to take Natasha's question. She's telling me, what is it that would look best on her? How would you style her? Hi,
So I'll tell you
Natasha.
what, Natasha is one person who undermines her beauty the most because her face is stunning. I'm sure you'd agree too. She has flawless skin.
Absolutely.
She has
Yeah.
flawless hair. One thing, Natasha, you need to do is, which you've started doing now, is not fearing color. Because, the longest time I've seen Natasha in black,
Yeah,
but
me
she started,
too.
she came for Lakme Fashion Week. She was wearing color and she just stood out completely. So just, I'm not saying get into prints, even if it's getting into solid colors or pastels, but like a solid on solid, venture into colors, you look stunning.
I think Natasha should be happy right now. Yay, yes, she is. Okay, We have another question that I want to take. This is again, I think, which is pretty much related to height. Somebody's asked us, I've lost the name. She's asking that, if she is relatively shorter in height, what are the different kind of styles that one could opt for? Good question. I would love to know too.
When sometimes I feel that when it comes to height, it's not so much your height. You will know how short I am too. It's basically the division between your upper body and lower body proportion. So that
Okay.
is something that you need to gauge. Everyone has either a longer torso and shorter legs, or longer legs and shorter torso. What works
Yeah.
great for models is when their legs are longer and their torso is shorter. So that's one key factor that, when you're taking modeling professionally, people look for. So when it comes to that, you need to sort of gauge that. When you're shorter, obviously don't wear pants that sort of go beyond your heel. Like I'll give you an example of a male like a Shahid Kapoor. Now, Shahid is not as tall as a Ranveer or an Aditya Roy, but you'll always see that his silhouettes are very toned down to his body size,
Yeah.
and his pants always end somewhere around his ankle. So it sort of creates an illusion that his legs are longer. So,
Longer.
he'll never wear full socks. He wears those ankle socks so that, the ankle area shows. So it sort of creates an illusion that you're taller. So always wear crop pants, probably. Um, um, and don't do too much, don't give too much attention to your legs if you're short.
Okay.
That's where the attention gets drawn to, if there's too much happening on your lower wear. So, and keep your fits slender. Don't wear anything which is too baggy. That makes you
So
look like a
Bharat,
small ball. Yeah.
yeah, you'll tend to look a little shorter than. Isha is asking, Bharat, what should I wear for state auditions?
Even for state auditions, Isha, there will be guidelines that will be sent to you. Ideally, girls are supposed to carry a fitted black dress, denim shorts, and a tank top. So these are the prerequisites that generally happen. But once you fill in your applications and once they call you for the state audition, you will get a formal email with the requirements mentioned in that.
Bharat, I want to ask you, you've also styled a lot of our guys in male pageants, be it a Vishnu, a
Yeah.
Prathamesh, so many of them, right?
Yeah.
How is the different styling for a male pageant vis-a-vis a female pageant?
You know what? The difference is going to shock you. What I thought would be the complete opposite ended up being something completely different. Men come with more baggage than women.
What?
The female pageant girls are so sweet. They're all like, yes, we'll do this. Yes, we'll do that. All the boys are like, let's try this. Let's try that. Let's
Oh
do
my
in a
God.
good way. It's not a bad thing, but
Of course.
like, when I thought it's going to be a cakewalk, it's a guy. They're going to do suits. They're going to do like tracks, and
Yeah.
it's going to be like you have
Easy
seven
peasy.
options, and yeah, you're going to rotate around that. But I think it's been so much fun because they've had so much interest in it. Like, and they've all been so different. When Rohit Khandelwal is a classic good-looking boy, so all his clothes are very classic, handsome, like uh, great fits, solid colors. Pratmesh
Yeah.
is a Goa boy who's a deep sea diver, spearfishing and all. So, like he comes with a quirky, vibrant personality. So with him, we could do prints, we could do pop colors, we could do funky silhouettes, we could take a lot of risk. He has a great body, so everything looks great on him. We touted Vishnu as son of the soil. So, with him, we did a lot of sustainable fashion, a lot of earthy colors, a lot of fabrics that are developed in good conditions and are
Yeah.
recyclable. So, we told that sort of a story with him. Varun's an influencer. So, a lot of his wardrobe was very photo specific. So, his social media sort of responds to that as well. So, men are very, very different from women, but people who are watching, don't forget that they're as complex as women.
And that coming from another man, that makes me the happiest person today. That is somebody who's been styling for so long and has sort of tasted both, even styling
Right,
the women and the men too, right? So that's pretty
right,
cool. We also got another question from Alicia Bharat for you. She's asking that she's got slightly broader shoulders. What are the
right.
best style options for her? What is it that she could opt for?
So, when you have slightly broader shoulders, don't keep the straps too thin. The moment your straps become too thin, the breadth of or the length of your shoulder shows more. So, spaghettis don't look so great, but a tank top that has a slightly thicker strap that looks nicer. You can wear, don't wear tops that are, a cap sleeve, which just cover your shoulder because they bring the attention just to your shoulder. So increase the length a little bit till mid bicep or elbow or full length. Also, when you have broad shoulders, I think it's a beautiful thing because, especially for models, we always look for broad shoulders because your frame is very confident. So broad shoulders generally work. If you have broad shoulders, work on your collarbones because that sort of balances the attention. And then, you can do sort of like a cowl neck or a round neck or a boat neck to sort of show that instead of showing two sides of broad shoulders, you sort of make the eye journey from one side to the other, and it sort of breaks the monotony of really broad shoulders.
Ah, that's pretty cool. I'm going to keep that in mind. And who doesn't want good collarbones? Yeah, I think it's just the
Yeah.
motivation to work on your
Yeah,
collarbones and like get them
collarbones. Yeah,
popping.
yeah. Yesterday I
Yeah.
was reading up on, so I used to be thin, and then I don't know what happened. So I was reading up on how to get the jawline back. So I've got like three exercises I've been practicing
Me
every
too.
day.
Bharat, before this, we did a live with Blossom Kocha
Right,
on our Instagram as well. And I
right.
think I did ask her a couple of questions with regards to what can we do. The facial exercises for
Yeah,
the jawline. And she told me, you
jawline.
should do
Yeah,
this. The jawline and double chin. All you could do is this and like keep pushing it up and you're going to be
pushing.
fine.
Yeah,
I think we'll
yeah,
do another session on this when both of us are talking about
yeah.
how to get a perfect
Perfect
facial
jawline.
structure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now we'll go back to taking Damini's question.
Yes.
Bharat, let me just scroll up because there are a lot of questions coming in
I
from
think she's
you.
asked what should be kept in mind for a national costume.
Costume, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Damini, when you're coming for a national pageant, when you're doing your national costume, your state costume primarily, because when you do national costume for your national pageant, then the team ideates with you. It's a whole 2, 3 month process. When you're bringing your own national costume, you have to see three, four things. One is durability and convenience because it's going to be a little cumbersome. So something that's easy to fold and carry and lightweight, so you don't end up paying extra, when you're coming in and out. Second is the story that it tells. The story can ideally should be a story of your journey or your state's journey. So it should tell some story. The story can be told through the colors that you use, through the motifs that are on it, through the silhouette of the outfit. Like the way sari is worn in Bengal is very different from the way a sari is worn in Maharashtra as against in Punjab. So like that same thing is a different story every year. So you need to sort of bring out your state. When you do that, people from your state also sort of relate to you, and you get a representation and a fan base from where you come from. They need to feel that you belong to that state. They need to feel the idea of doing Miss India with multiple states is that we represent the diverse beauty of the country. You need to sort of bring that. You need to tell the world your state's story. You can pick a religious character. You can pick a mythological character. You can pick a cultural a fort or a tomb or something and represent that into clothing. Don't make it cumbersome. Don't spend a lot of money on it. Creativity is what the judges look for.
That's true. Bharat, like in all our lives, we've sort of asked all of our panelists to throw some light on how one can make the most of this quarantine time, right? Because you
Right.
have so much time at home, and I feel it's the best time to sort of work on
Yeah.
yourself, experiment.
Yeah.
What do you think one can do when it comes to fashion and styling and sort of up their game?
Okay, so redo, recycle, reuse, and reorganize. So
Oh,
four
yeah.
re's. So what you do is every day, little by little, stand in front of your wardrobe and observe it. You will have 4, 5 sections. You will have stuff that you wear all the time because it's convenient. You don't want to think you pick out that one top and one jeans and you wear them thrice a week, and that keeps recycling. You'll have one section of like really fancy clothes. You'll have some things that will be, you have some emotional or historical memory to it. Your last school uniform, your first boyfriend's gift. You'll keep these little things that you never wear but are there. There'll be some clothes which will be aspirational. I'll lose weight, so I'll wear this. When I win something, I'll wear this. When I go for my
Right.
pageant, I'll wear this. So you have your cupboard like that. Organize it. Put them in different sections. Um, Recycle stuff, take out old tops that are outdated, cut them up, use spray paints, paint them, be creative, do tie and dye on tops, do tie and dye on jeans. So redo those sort of things, recycle those sort of things. And also what I do, Hesha, which is my friends call it really weird, but what I have done is I have clicked a picture of everything that I buy and I own. So like a t-shirt to jeans to jackets, and I've made like a PowerPoint deck. So every
Wow.
time I want to go out, so it's like a personal lookbook for myself.
Wow.
So every time I want to go out, instead of pulling out everything in my cupboard, and then, it becomes a mess every third day, and then, then you take that one day in 1 month out to organize all of it. So what I do is I just open my phone, I go through that deck, I pick the t-shirt, pick the pants, pick the jacket, go to my cupboard, just pick those three things out, and I'm ready to go.
Oh my
So I think
God. That's a
so
fab
that's
idea.
yeah, so that's one thing that I think people can do to their own wardrobes. You have enough time right now. Just you can put it on a hanger against a wall, click a picture, put it back in, and just click up. And it's not like any of you will have 8,000 things. We're not Deepika or Priyanka. We all will have something that we can manage easily in 10, 12 days. Do 10 outfits a day, and it's going to make the rest of your life so much easier.
Yeah, I think this is such a cool hack,
Yeah.
tip, whatever you call it, because I'm absolutely guilty
Yeah, and I call
of
it my
messing my
personal
wardrobe.
lookbook. So when
Feels
someone
so
asks
good.
me that what do you wear or whatever, so I'm like, here, these are all my clothes. Like it's like a
Check
fun
it
thing.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so cool. I mean, I'm one of those people who will definitely have the most messiest of wardrobes. And each time, as you rightly said, I'd sit and align them, and then it goes back to becoming
Right.
crazy and messy again. So I can
Right.
only imagine what it must be going through for somebody who wants to be a part of the pageant. So, girls,
Right.
I mean, oh, I dropped my headphone. Okay. Yeah. So for all of
Correct.
those Miss India aspirants, I think this is not just a great tip or a hack. It'll just help you be more organized. I think more fashionably organized is what I can
Correct.
say.
Correct.
That's so cool.
Correct.
Bharat, I have a question here from a guy. Hi, Aditya. I like the question, but Aditya, I would really want to know from you what do you mean by that your thighs are weak? So, Bharat, his question is that my thighs are weak as compared to my upper body. What type of jeans
Okay.
or pants should I opt for?
Okay, so I'll tell you what he means by this. What happens is that a lot of boys go to the gym very regularly and only work on their biceps and chest and abs. So they have a very, very broad and strong upper body, and then they have what we call chicken legs. They have like these really skinny Steffi's legs, really thin legs. And then what happens is that, so in fact, I've taken a workshop very recently, and this guy had asked me that, he was like, I worked so hard on my body. And the first time, I really got excited. I got ready and I went somewhere, and like I heard a girl say that, oh, he looks like a bouncer. And he said it was very disheartening. So, number one, Aditya, upper body and lower body both are a part of your body. You need to work on your body completely, which is like Pratmesh has amazing legs. His quads are the strongest point. So when you work out, don't only work out on things that visually show. Aesthetically, your clothes will look better when your body is proportionate. Remember, like how I spoke about
Yeah.
upper and lower body proportion.
Yeah.
So the same way. Now, what you need to do is never wear skinny jeans, never wear things that are too tight, and never wear things that are too low waisted. Okay, you will have to wear normal fit jeans, easy fit jeans. And don't wear anything too baggy also, because that looks like a sort of like a justification for having. So just straight or normal or easy fit jeans will work for you, that do not taper at the bottom and are not tight on the thigh.
Nice. There's another girl who's asking that I'm a toned girl. Which outfit suits me the best?
I am a
Brown toned girl. I think she means
okay.
by the skin tone.
Okay, so the only color is the color of your clothes. There's never color
Yes.
of the skin. The color of the skin is something that you and I and we as people talk about. There is no color. You can wear
Ah, so true,
neon,
Bharat.
you can wear
Firstly,
pop colors.
I'm cutting you here. Love you for this answer because I think this is amazing and so well said. Please take it back from here.
Yeah, because the thing is that there is no color. Who
Yeah.
decides that dark should wear this or fair should wear that.
Yeah.
When you see people from all over the world, when you decide your wardrobe, there need to be two things. One is that it should match your aesthetic, and second is that it needs to match your personality. When you're not confident and comfortable in what you wear, when you go outside, people will not criticize you. They will be conscious. Instead of saying that you're not open today, or why you so shy, they will say that, oh, I don't think this suits you. And then, as a reflex, you will start blaming your clothes instead of realizing that there was nothing wrong with that piece of clothing. It was just that it did not match your personality. So, therefore, when you shop, never shop with a perspective of what color suits your skin tone. Yes, pastels and bright colors work better in the day or in the summers. Deeper tones, jewel tones, deeper colors work better in the evening and night and in the winters. So there are times of the day that you can be a little bit more color specific, but never think that you can't wear a particular color or a particular silhouette by the size and the shape and the color. These are very redundant things when we talk about, when we're racist or body shamers or elitist. None of this matters. Fashion may come at, I'm going to say this twice, so Hisha, you can also listen carefully. Fashion may come at a price, style is free. Okay, fashion may come at a price, style is free, because fashion you buy. You are not setting the trend. You and I are not sitting here setting the trend. The fashion governing bodies set those trends, and they permeate into all markets globally, and we buy it. When we buy it, we add ourselves to that outfit, and then we make it stylish. Okay.
Yeah.
Therefore, my job as a stylist when I work with these girls is not to buy clothes for them or to sit and stitch clothes for them, because fashion will come to them with the avenues that they have. But my job is to make those outfits, make them bring out their own personal style statement. So therefore, I'm not called a fashion consultant or a fashion designer. I'm called a fashion stylist for this reason, because what I do is something which is a very, very within thing. It is not a physical thing. I'm not making clothes for them. I'm not buying earrings from them. I'm putting it together so the whole package looks beautiful.
That's so true. I'm so like, in that zone of your answer, because one, it's so relatable. I think it's very important that each one of us accept us for who we are, the way we
Right,
are. And
right.
something so positive and motivational coming from you is just like a kick to that. You're like, oh, you're jump starting. Bharat, there's another question for you on a lighter note. What can I do to make myself stand out in terms of my dressing sense?
So start little by little. I'll give you examples. When you think of David Beckham, the first thing that comes to your mind are different hairstyles.
Yeah.
Every time he did the he did the new season of the football whatever tour, he had a new hair look which everyone followed. You think of Virat Kohli, you think of a well-groomed beard and the undercut hair. You think of Deepika, you think of center parting and smoky
Take
eyes.
care. Yeah.
You think of Ranveer Singh, you think of over the top, print on print, very quirky stuff. These are on macro level. These are people who have a reach to a lot of people. What you need to do is you need to start at a micro level. Find that one thing which is uniquely you and start repeating that one thing in your pattern. If you like ikat, start wearing ikat print. If you like how Hesha likes earrings, so whether it's hoops, whether it's jhumkas, whether it's different types of earrings, she will always have an earring which sort of
Yeah.
completes her look. Whether it's rings, whether it's only wearing solid colors, like even a person like Amir Khan's wife, she does a lot of sustainable clothing. She wears a
Yeah.
lot of these dhoti pants
Kiran
or
Rao.
whatever.
Yes.
Kiran Rao, it's not very fancy, yet it stays in your head. Therefore, she's created a style statement. So there needs to be something that needs to become regular in what you do. Don't become a fashion victim of just jumping from what everyone's wearing.
True.
You need to have something which is consistent, where if that's something started at a micro level, when your parents need to buy something for you on your birthday, they should know exactly what to buy, because they will know that you wear this always. When your friends go out shopping and they're you're at a store and you're looking and they point out and they were like, hey, that top is so totally up your this thing, and
Yeah.
it's so totally your vibe, and that means that you've established that style. That means you've established a look which people relate to
Yourself.
you, and then it's the same way Deepika and all have done. They started small, and then slowly by slowly it sort of spread, and now on a macro level, everyone. So to start looking stylish, have that one element which is you. And style is minimalism. Don't do everything. Don't do printed clothes and earrings and handbag and this and that. That is not stylish. That is called a faux pas in French. You can Google it. It means a mistake.
Mistake.
Yeah. So don't do that.
Bharat, there's also Sachin Kumar here saying hello to both of us. Hi,
Hi, Sachin.
Sachin. So glad you tuned in. Okay, I want to take
Sachin
this
I've styled so
question.
many times for award shows. So Sachin's again
Yeah.
like a lovely person to style. Like he's super cool.
Yeah, so those of you who want to know what Bharat's been up to, go on these different pages and check out what all he's been styling. Bharat, I have another question here from Manisha. She says, I'm a size UK 10. What kind of clothes will look best on me?
Same, like I said, there is no stopping you from wearing whatever you want to wear. Comfort comes first. So I never decide wardrobe on people's sizes. I never decide wardrobe on people's color. So I will not tell you wear this or wear that because I'm in no position to, because then I'll be judging you. And I'm no one to judge you. So till the time you're comfortable in wearing something, whether you're size 2 or size 18, doesn't matter. You need to be comfortable and confident in what you wear.
That's so true. Somebody's asking, oh, Bhavna's asking, what should I wear for an indoor portfolio photo shoot? Depends,
Depend.
no?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's this is a very generic question, Bhavna, because it depends on what the backdrop is, what is the mood board for the photographer and the stylist, and you. How old are you? What sort of a vibe are you going for?
Yeah.
It's too generic to sort
Yeah.
of answer that because we've done indoor shoots with our pageant girls in a lehenga and a gown and
Yeah.
denim shorts and a
Everything.
shirt. So
Everything. Yeah.
yeah, so
But if I mean, if you could just break down your question, I am sure Bharat will be able to answer that better for us. In the meanwhile, I have a question from Simran. She's saying, how do I carry myself like Miss India? Nice.
mm, that's a good question. How do you carry
Yeah.
yourself in Miss India? Oh God, I'm gonna sound so cliched, but yesterday I was talking to Adeline and Avriti, and this is what we were discussing that it's the Miss India Wali smile. I think that's how you carry yourself. It was the hashtag or something also in one of the campaigns. I think it is so important to have a pleasant face. You end the story here. No one will care what you're wearing and what you look like. To be liked, to win, obviously it matters. You have no idea how much time we spend on that finale gown. But
Oh,
in general, to look like a Miss India, more than just clothes, it's a lot about your stance, your posture, your diction, how well you vocalize your thoughts, your body language, and then how well you dress. And dressing well does not mean dressing expensive. Dressing well means dressing appropriate for the occasion that you're going for.
yeah. I think that Mr. Indiawali's smile just gives the
Yeah,
answer. Confidence also. Add one
yeah,
more thing. I think they're all
yeah,
very
yeah.
confident in
Confident,
their
yeah,
shoes. So yeah.
yeah.
So Bharti is asking, how do I dress myself if I have an hourglass figure? How to merge love handles in my dressing? That's the question. She's put two questions.
Okay, so when you want to cover your love handles, one is that you should never wear pants that start at your hip. Okay, wear slightly high-waisted pants so that the pants don't break at the hip and the bulge comes out. So wear pants where your love handle begins. So all your pants will have.
Bharat, we've lost you again. Yeah. Join us back in another minute or so. I'm just going to send him the request again. Oh, I like Devalina. Yes, that's so true. Dressing smartly and wearing your confidence are the best accessories. Absolutely agreed. Absolutely agreed. For those of you who are finding our lives helpful, thank you for putting in your comments and sharing that with us. We'll make sure that we do some more of them. And I have already sent Bharat a request again, so you all can hear him and then he'll be audible very soon. Yes.
Even I like Devalina's comment. Very true.
Yeah, very true,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, Bharat, could you just take us back to where we were,
Yeah,
or
so I
should
was
I?
talking about
Huh.
those, so love handles. So basically, you need to wear stuff that is high-waisted, that doesn't cut through the love handle, because that's when the bulge from the side sort of comes in. Also, never, if you have love handles or you're heavy around the waist area, never wear horizontal stripes because they sort of
Yeah.
take your eye around the circumference. Or you can wear vertical stripes that sort of elongate your body and cut the sides.
That's pretty helpful too. Let us
There's
see
also
what
one girl,
else.
Trisha, I think, had asked that what do I wear on the first day of the pageant?
Pageant,
Which,
yeah.
yeah, which I think was a very interesting question because I think a lot of our thought goes in when the girl is going for an international pageant in her airport look.
Yeah.
So it is your first picture, once you make it to the finals that will go out on social media, and Hesha will be stalking all of you on that day, trying to find what you have stepped out of the airport wearing. So it's very important. You're coming out of the airport, you're reaching the pageant. It needs to be comfortable and it needs to be slightly conventional in the sense that no one's going to take a flight in a mini skirt. Okay, so
Yeah.
pantsuits, jumpsuits, rompers, fitted knee-length dresses. These work well. So have a really, really nice, maybe like a clutch in your hand or like a nice watch or sunglasses or whatever. So you sort of make that statement when you step out of the car.
Yeah, like full on nailing
Yeah,
it at the pageant sort of a look.
vibe. Yeah.
Totally. Also, Bharat, people are sending in that they're finding this session to be extremely knowledgeable and helpful, and they think that you've been explaining them very, very nicely. So, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you guys whoever's watching. There are quite a few people watching it, so I'm quite
Yeah.
happy.
I know that's always the case, Bharat, always. I also like what Ananya is asking. She's like, what kind of clothing and how many different types of clothing should we carry for the pageant? I think Bharat's
It dep-
answered that, but more maybe people have tuned in now. So I think, Bharat, you can take this
Yes.
again.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Ananya, basically, the number of outfits we'll give you a general guideline once you make it. It also depends on the duration of the pageant, whether it's 20 days, 30 days, or 40 days. You will have to carry a combination. So let's suppose whatever the number of days it is for, you divide that day by two. So you'll wear something during the day and you'll wear something in the evening. So you'll definitely need about two looks a day. You can obviously mix and match. You can carry 3, 4 neutral colored pants and skirts and 5, 7 different tops that you can mix and match with it. You can carry a couple of jackets to sort of layer on top. Your wardrobe needs to be a combination of casual, day casual, day semi-formal, evening semi-formal, and evening formal. So this is primarily the thing is that what a lot of girls end up doing, Ananya, that's a great question. What a lot of girls end up doing is they end up getting very heavy things which are very finale like. But finale outfits are provided to you. So you'd rather invest your time and energy in your daily look. And your daily looks are what actually all your fans are watching. Like Hesha and her team are with their phones doing the rounds everywhere, catching you at your best and catching you at your oddest. So that's why how you dress up in the morning is literally like, that's the impression that you're making. And once you start, like I remember like Adeline had a fan following from like the first week onwards
Yeah.
because she would wake up like a winner. Like
True.
she would enter with her hair proper, her makeup on point, her
Yeah.
clothes thought out. So, she walked out of her hotel room to wherever the set or a shoot or an interaction. Every time she looked like she's come to win. There was
Yeah.
never a moment where I saw that girl be like, today I'm not in the mood, or, let's just wear track pants and go down. She
Yeah.
looked like a pageant winner every day of the journey.
True. That's so true. Bharat, I want to ask you this. Of course, not many know, but I have been extremely inclined towards the fashion industry and styling as
Right,
well. And we used to do that before, but not to an
right.
extent, obviously, to what you're doing right now. And things over time, you'd agree, and please correct me if I'm wrong, have changed when it comes to styling as well and being a fashion stylist, right? So while
Right,
you might be doing your other separate gigs as well, and you have been, doing pageants as well, I would love
right.
for you to throw some light on how is a beauty pageant styling different from maybe, let's say, a photo shoot or a film styling, or are they just the same?
So the thing is that when you do, so I'll tell you there are different verticals. One is when you style a fashion show. So when you do a fashion show, you speak to the designer. It's more about curating the collection and the flow of the collection and which model suits which outfit. So the show looks the best.
Okay.
And when they conceptualize a collection, it sort of goes in that color story or silhouette story. And that is the basis of a fashion show. When you're doing celebrity styling, then obviously it is a lot to do with the celebrity image. Now, when Sarah does a Kedarnath, where she's playing a girl in the hills, even her general styling will all be kurtis and pajama and very Punjabi girl or a Pahadi girl, that sort of a vibe. So when people don't see you suddenly wearing like an off-shoulder gown and they go to the movies and they watch you wearing something else. Even when you see Alia, when she did movies like Highway or Two States, it was much more understated
Correct.
to what it became when she started doing movies that like a student of the year.
True.
So her vibe was completely different. So there it's very driven towards the character that they're playing or otherwise their own personality. When it comes to pageantry, there are a lot and a lot and a lot of guidelines because it is a beauty pageant. It
True.
is, you're expected to look a certain way. You're expected to sort of voice your opinion through your beauty only because we're human. We listen to what appeals. Therefore, when a person looks good, you pay attention to them. That does not mean that you don't pay attention because I'm not some hurka pari or whatever, but you're still paying attention to me. But you need to sort of have that, thing in you when you're doing, when you're, sort of styling for a pageant. And it's very, can you hear me? Or is there a
Yeah, yeah.
lag again?
No, no, I can
Okay.
perfectly hear you. Yeah.
So, what is very important with pageant is to follow those guidelines and make sure that within that periphery, you do the best.
You
Because
know,
that's why when you see, observe people, girls who go for Miss Universe as against those who go for Miss World, as against those who go for MGI or Supra, all their wardrobes are very different.
yeah.
Because the pageant requirement is only different. In fact, why go outside the country, come back to India only? The way we style girls for Miss Diva is very different from the way we style girls for Miss India.
Miss India.
So,
Yeah.
that way.
And I was going to actually ask you that only. That wouldn't it be like crazy because each pageant would have a different guideline and then, you'd sort of maneuver over that and then curate looks. So yeah, I think you've summed it up already before my question, Bharat. So, I think a lot of questions are coming with regards to body type, body shape, when it comes to
Right.
their height. Maybe that one go-to tip that you'd suggest for any normal girl, like an average girl,
Okay,
when it comes to
so I'll tell
styling.
you what, when it comes to an average regular girl, what ends up happening is that a lot of us buy clothes, but do not even, I'm not talking about designer clothes. I'm talking about you go to a mall or you go to the street and you pick up a top. Now, I'm going to lower my camera and show you this. A lot of girls have a habit of doing this. They keep
Ah,
picking their shoulders or they keep adjusting from here. So, what you need to do is every time you shop something, no matter what body type you are, you have to take a top or a pants or whatever to a tailor and get it altered to your size. People feel you're underconfident, or you focus the energy to that part of your body where you adjust. So
okay.
if it's fitting you well, you will not be conscious and you will not keep adjusting and you will not draw the eyes of everyone to either your waist or your knees or wherever, whatever you're adjusting. Good fitting clothes supersede any sort of fanciness. So you have to make that little extra effort of, getting your clothes fitted to your size. Um, sometimes you end up buying clothes which are slightly larger and you get excited and you buy it and you'll say you'll get it altered and it's just lying in your cupboard. Don't do that. Either you get it altered or don't buy it at all.
Makes sense. So, Anusta is asking what kind of dress we should select for pageant day.
Pageant day.
I think she means what do you wear on the main finale day? Like, I
So
think Bharat, you
finale,
should
you'll get
answer this.
outfits. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
you'll like I said before, that Miss India organization gets like the creme de la creme of designers to sort of share their collection with the pageant winners, pageant
Yeah.
girls for their main finale, and so that you don't need to worry about. You will be well taken care of on the D day.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, she's been asking. Second time you asked
Yeah.
us. I hope this answers your question. Don't worry. We have people like Bharat and an entire team of people behind who's going to be taking care of all of that. So needn't worry about that. Bharat, I want to end this live by asking you
Right.
something which I feel not just me, but many, many, many people out there, whether one is just watching this live or whether one is a Miss India aspirant, would want to know once this whole quarantine phase sort of ends, okay, like let's just say lockdown is out, we're all about to go
Yeah.
out and chill. What do you think could be the possible trends post quarantine?
So, honestly, we've obviously were going to, or we've sort of missed out on one full season of fashion. So what was supposed to be spring summer is sort of gone because by the time we open, poor designers are going to start working on their winter collection immediately, which I think they must be doing at home right now. I think certain things that have caught my fancy already, and I think are going to stay consistent during this year. One are going to be strappy heels, but tied over your over your pants. I think it's a
Oh,
very New York sort of a vibe, but it's become very popular. So even if you're wearing balloon pants, but you tighten it at the bottom and you tie your strap heels over it, or you get like skinny jeans and just till about your calf, you tie your shoe over that. That is one. A lot of attention to fashion is going to be around your shoulder and collar area. So exaggerated shoulders, shoulder pads, shoulder puff, rugby collars, big collars, oversized collars. A lot of focus is here. So you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. So this area is going to be major, major, major. Um, in terms of colors, there's no point talking about the colors because all the pastels and all will die down because we're going to be entering the winters by
yeah.
then. Another trend which in the European market started coming were square-toed heels were making a comeback. So a lot of chunky gold jewelry, square-toed heels, and one thing that I love is so I've been using a fanny pack because for me it's very convenient to have my little double-sided tape and safety pins and
Yeah.
sui dhaga for kacha taka. So like my little kit is in that. My world exists in a fanny pack. But there are like crossback bags or one-shoulder bags or fanny packs. So different types and different sizes of bags will also be not fashionable but very stylish. So they add to your style quotient.
I'm already thinking of stuff that I'm going to do right after this ends. And like, I
Yeah,
know that I have
and
my
like
personal style.
also if you can see on Hesha's shoulders, she has mesh. So mesh and sheer are also here to stay. And boys who are ready to risk and be risk, sheer shirts are going to be in fashion for men. So that's yeah.
Oh,
So they say. Let's hope it comes to India too, and men here are open to experimenting as well.
experimenting. But what's your personal go-to style?
My personal go-to style is print. I love printed shirts. I'm a very, very summer, easy, chill sort of a person. I love flip-flops. I'm the laziest of them all. So a lot of stuff that I wear is oversized. So I'll either wear oversized hoodie with shorts or boyfriend jeans with like a blouse loose shirt or whatever. So a lot of stuff that I do is slightly oversized. Also, another style hack for all of you who asked saying that you're not too tall and you're slightly short, always go to the kids size. Kids section has sizes that fit the Indian adults. European kids are much bigger than us. So the same track pants that I see at in a men's section for 27.99, I have bought it from kids at 13.49. So
Oh,
always go to kids section.
yeah, I think that's
Indian,
that's a pretty
yeah,
cool thing to do.
yeah,
I'm gonna try that too. Maybe I'll
yeah.
fit in something for sure.
Next time when we meet, I'll show you all the stuff that I have from the kids and the women's section.
Yeah, I would love to know. Also, I know I'm asking you a couple of more questions and we're slightly exceeding time too, but I still wouldn't want to ask you that, Bharat, what is
Right.
that one thing in your wardrobe that you might have in like pairs or multiples, like because you obsess over it so much? Like we all obsess over something, right? What is it that you obsess over?
I obsess over oversized, Georgette or, that flimsy fabric shirts. I have tons of them in my
Ah,
cupboard. So, I just with different prints, solids or whatever, but they're like these oversized Georgette or satin, just loose. For women, they're called blouse shirts, but like for me, it's just a shirt. So they're just these oversized shirts. I have them in all colors, all fabrics, all prints.
Amazing. Great. Also, to everybody who've been asking Bharat questions and me questions about the height criteria, unfortunately, there's not much that we can help you on that today. For those who asked us about what one needs to do when it comes to your Miss India forms, yes, the link is posted on our page's bio. So if you guys are budding Miss India aspirants and would like to apply, please go click on the link and the form is there. So you all can pretty much go and use that form and send in your applications. And when it comes to fashion, Bharat has pretty much answered, I think, each and every question. If there's anything more that you'd want Bharat to answer, maybe like do a one-on-one or a personalized thing, y'all can head over to Bharat's Instagram handle. Bharat, could you please tell them your Instagram handle?
Yeah, it's Bharat, Bharat, the letter G, numeric 18. So Bharat G18.
18. So you guys can reach out to Bharat directly there on his Instagram handle, and I'm sure he's going to be more than happy to answer your questions. Plus, he does lives on his Instagram handle as well, and he's very active. So you all can go check out certain looks that he styled for us. You can always scroll to our Miss India as well as our Miss Diva pages and check out the different kind of looks Bharat has styled. We've always mentioned whenever he's styling our girls. And yeah, again, Bharat, thank you so much. Lots of love
Thank
always.
you, Hisha. Thank you so much. It was
Whenever,
amazing doing this.
yeah, and whenever you tune in, the vibe is great, the positivity is high, the questions are flowing. So I hope you enjoyed this one.
I did. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for talking to me, even when you're not feeling so great today. And guys, whoever's watching, please stay safe, stay indoors, follow the guidelines that the ministry is sharing with us, and let's just help each other get through this super quick so we can start working on our next pageant girl as quickly as we can.
I swear, I totally agree. Great. Thank you so much to each one of
Thank
you
you.
all who tuned in. Thanks, Bharat, and I'll see you soon. Lots of love always.
See
Bye.
you. Yes,
See you.
bye.